All right, everyone, welcome into another rewatch. I'm hanging out with Ian Anderson, the voice of disc golf. Ian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic, Mo. Thanks for having me on again. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're watching around at like my favorite place that I've never been to. Like it's De La. We're watching 2013 Masters Cup, and De La is like the course that I've like wanted to go to for the longest time that I just like haven't figured out a way to get there yet.
That blows my mind. You haven't been there yet, man.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's everything that like I want in disc golf, right? It's just like this epic nature part, like this epic hike that you just also play disc golf. Like that's my favorite kind of disc golf.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Funny, man.
set the scene for us.
All right, guys. So
Yeah.
we're coming into our final round. We got Philo Brathwaite with a 4-stroke lead over Paul and Steve. And Nikko sitting just one back, though. So this is really anybody's game, especially the day loss. Strokes fly all over the place out here. This is the first year I filmed the lead card, I think. The year before I went out and filmed chase card. I was like, oh, somebody's important is probably doing lead card. And I saw the footage and it was terrible. So I was like, well, I'm going to go film lead card next year. So that's what I went and did.
Wait, who was filming it? Do you remember?
It was like, I don't honestly. I can't even remember what it was. It was like very shaky, not awesome footage.
And,
Yeah.
And this is great, obviously.
Very, very uphill, an incredibly tough birdie. I can see the basket just over that log there. Philo had like decent, not great. Nikko is up next.
Oh, this is what dreams are made of.
Dude, I haven't seen this played. Wow. I totally forgot. That's an amazing shot by Nikko. I don't think you can do that anymore because they put in a bunch of like railroad trellises that kind of block that roller, but what a shot, man.
That's so cool.
That was sick, Nikko.
This is back when Nikko was like pretty hot back then, right? Like Nikko was the guy for a while.
Hey, he's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably him and Paul and Will kind of battling it out right now. Will never plays very well at De La, though, so I never saw him on a lead card out here. The place eats him up. Oh, Paul with a good-looking drive, but just need to be a little more to the right. Knee brace Paul.
Yeah. I love this. Like, look how like just like beautiful these trees are, and it's just all wild and natural. It's just like De La seems like the coolest place.
It's a fun place to walk around for sure, and even better when you can throw some plastic.
Yeah.
As Philo having decent up, here's where Steve ended up. I can't wait to see where Nikko ended up.
I think he's just like underneath it, right?
No, dude, I want to say he even misses the putt. Yeah, he's right there.
All right, good.
Oh, okay, he made it. I get it. I'm remembering a different one. Nice to see. That's a good birdie, man. That's a stroke on 99% of the field every time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It is such an incredibly tough birdie.
And even now, it's like stayed. Like even as players throwing further, it's still like this. Do you see more birdies nowadays?
I'd say maybe like a couple more percent now, but still, it takes a really, really tight, powerful air shot to get all the way up there. Awesome. Easier said than done. And we got to tie the top already. Philo and Nikko. Another fun bit I remember is there was a big poker tournament the night before this round.
Oh yeah.
Over at Miles Harding's house, and I think Philo won it actually. I think it was up until the wee hours playing poker.
Probably made more money than he could ever theoretically make at this tournament. The value judgment was probably
I think it was like a $20 buy-in, and there was like at least 100 people, man. There's some serious cash in that one. That's up there. Sorry, it's not talking about disc golf. We're going way uphill on this one. It goes left and then kind of straightens out again, and the basket's perched on the edge of a cliff.
This is the one where like the sidearm really plays, right?
Yeah, that late flex sidearm works really good. Paul might be busting out the overhand on this one. I can't remember if this is one of those years.
Is this like before he realized he could throw a 450 on a sidearm? It was just like,
I guess. Oh yeah, he's gonna do it right now. That's a star max, if memory. Oh, it says it on the screen.
It says it right there on the screen.
Memory does serve.
That's a hell of a memory, man.
That's the Johnny football play right there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, dude. So does Corey throw the overhand or does Corey throw the sidearm on this one?
He throws the overhand. Oh, yeah, well, at least he did in that Champs versus Chumps when he birdied it.
I mean, that like got famous.
Yeah, that hole made him famous right there. That overhand. And banging the 30-footer death putt also helped out.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's Steve Rico up there quite a bit shorter, and that's a really tough upshot, you guys. It's kind of like this weird hard pan, or sometimes it catches immediately, sometimes it slides forever, and then there's a literal cliff just past the basket.
Yeah, so I've heard you talk about this cliff for a while, and I'll let me.
Oh,
Philo.
wow!
But like,
gutsy putt.
But people always talk about this. Like, how steep are we talking? Are we talking like you fall off, you die? Like how?
Nah, you'd like roll down and fall into a tree eventually. You can like walk down it very gingerly, holding on to things. If that type of cliff.
Like what's the gradient? Are we talking like 60%, 70%? Like
Maybe I don't know about gradients, man. I don't know how that stuff works. Oh, Nikko,
that's the putty miss.
That's the putty miss.
Yeah, that's the one you're remembering.
So he made the mistake of like having the upshot come up too short, which is easy to do with that, like I say, with that cliff behind.
Yeah.
And it leaves you with a very scary putt. The Philo fortunate to not roll away, able to salvage a par, and he retakes the lead as Nikko drops back. Paul and Steve still kicking it. It's going to lead us into hole 3. I like this one. There's a lot of different options.
I was about to say, I love this hole.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about De La is like every hole because they're just like all iconic.
They are. Yeah, they're very different, and we've just seen them so many times now. It's kind of get that, I don't know, Masters feel a little bit when you're watching that tournament. This is the Masters Cup. Philo has taken the old school throw, which is like a mid-range up the middle. Looks like a KC Pro Rock, and that's a nice kick.
It's like 30 feet, 35 feet, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think like Rico's going to show you the roller line, which I love.
Love this. Yeah.
The champ throws this too. The one time I filmed him out here, he threw the roller on hole 3 as well.
It's like once you get over 40.
You're right. That looked great from Steve. I think he's got a putt, man.
That's awesome.
And Paul usually goes up the middle as well. Looks like that old champ Rock 3.
Dude,
yep.
This is the bag that got stolen. Like that disc was in the bag that got stolen at Memorial. Yeah, so there's probably someone else out there hucking that purple Rock 3. It's like worth like $1,000 or something at this point.
Jerk. Ooh, this is nice from Nikko. Get a good reaction.
Yeah. That's a good spin. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's that 35 footer you were referencing. See the line right there on the root of the tree. Oh, Nikko, that was terrible.
That was not even close to being good.
Get it up in the air, buddy. Let's see if Philo could do a little bit better.
Yeah,
yeah, buddy.
It was like a 34-foot putt that he putted like 20 feet.
Accurate. Rico. Ooh, nice birdie from him too. He ended up going a little bit long left with that roller. That was tasty, man.
You see that roller was with a clutch, dude. That's a putter.
It was?
Yeah, putter roller, dude.
I think the champ might have thrown some. His was either like some weird mid or a putter too when he threw it. I can't remember. Maybe like a condor or something weird.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I'm making stuff up now. Philo with the birdie stretches his lead out to 2 over Nikko, and we are on to hole 4. Just probably the second hardest par 3 out here if you count I-5 as a par 3. You're going over this mound, and then it straightens out. Tons of trees, cliff to the right. Just good luck. Forehand roller plays very well.
The famous Barsby forehand roller ace.
That's it. God, if there were one shot I wish there was a video of, that is the one.
He was on lead card. Like
yeah.
I talked to him about this at length, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I was on lead card. It was a big tournament. Just no one filmed things.
No one filmed it. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Here's the forehand roller from Rico, which we should have expected, right, Bo?
Yeah. We've been watching. I feel like all these Paul rounds we've been watching have also had Rico, and
you're right.
Rico's just been like the spiciest of the people on the cards.
He has been in like every single round so far, hasn't
right?
he? That's very funny. Paul going with the forehand roller as well. I feel like he doesn't throw this anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy because he's gotten like so good at backhand that he's almost gotten like less like multi-dimensional because he doesn't need to be. It's wild.
Nikko busting it out as well. Looks like a good angle. Hopefully it misses some trees.
So what's the tip on this one? Because like to someone who hasn't played this,
and you want to air left. You don't want to air right. Right is going down a cliff. So if you end up being like a cut forehand roller, that disc is gone. So you want to air on the side of throwing something flippier than you might do for the perfect shot.
Okay.
These upshots are always so tough. It's all hard pan, and oh man.
And he's talking about that. Is it the same cliff that's on the previous hole as this cliff on your right here?
Yeah, it kind of just wraps around the peninsula. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all kind of just a little plateau up here. That's a good upshot by Rico. Like I said, this upshot is so tough. Hard pan, roots, and then the cliff to the right. And not to mention all the trees.
That's great from Paul, right?
Yeah, that looked pretty good. A late hit there. Here's where Nikko ended up. And the fro is in full effect today, Mo. Yeah.
His fro and mine.
His fro and yours. I almost did. Let's see what he did. Almost throwing the hat. Get the quarantine hair working.
Oh, great.
He banged that?
Yeah, he did.
Dude, his upshot wasn't as good as we thought.
No, it was not.
That is Philo down there. Oh, good catch.
Last chain
Good
to Clarksville.
Catch. That's a good one. Oh, calm down on the Zoom, Anderson. And there is Rico.
Who's your B cam for this?
It might be Ben Baker. It might be Ben FTS, Ben Hahn.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
We'll just say it's Ben Baker. He's still up and kicking in this golf media world.
Yeah. Hole 5, 318. This is only 318, but it's very uphill, and you have that wall of tree bushes in front of the basket. So the big play is just that big power hyzer, but you got to have 450, 500 of power to get there. Philo does. He's showing you right now. That's flipping a little more than you want, though. Actually, a lot more.
Yeah. Shot is worse than the starter pack challenge shots. I watched all of that last night, man. That was so fun.
It is, man. I love just the ambience, just hearing the dudes hang out. You know?
What was it? Smart play.
Yeah, smart play. Other than my apologies for the heavy breathing.
Oh, dude, the breathing was part of it.
Dude, walking up 1 and then running down and then walking up 2 right after that. Like this fat boy was out of breath. So, apologies, guys.
But if you haven't watched Starter Pack Challenge, do yourself a favor, head over to Central Coast's YouTube channel and definitely give that a click, because that's like the best hour and 20 minutes of my quarantine so far. The Starter Pack Challenge. I
was hoping that would help people out. That's looked like a good shot from Nikko. Probably finished just a little bit short left. Here's Philo after his turned over drive. He's just going to pitch up and take a par. He's kind of down in that the hole, or what do they call it?
The ditch.
The ditch. I don't care. Yeah. It's just kind of those little.
What's this angle? Are you already just like getting ready for the next hole?
I think I'm getting ready for somebody's putt over here. No, maybe I thought everybody was. I don't know what I was doing, Mo. I got nothing for you, buddy. Maybe Paul ended up over here and I'm waiting for Paul to putt. Nope, Paul's right there. I have no excuse.
Was it like the walk? Is that where the next hole is?
Yeah. I'm on the way to 6, so maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, just heading him off. You're just thinking it's just like 5D chess for Ian Anderson back in the day, man.
We'll head him off with the pass. Oh, that's funny, man. Paul and Nikko with some nice birds, and we're making ground on Philo. Philo sitting on with just 1-stroke lead. We're headed on to hole 6. It is quite a bit downhill, just like 5 was up. If you go long, there is OB in the road. I don't know about the OB ditch. I don't think that might have existed yet. I can't remember. We'll find out. It was probably there.
Paul's not throwing it in either way.
No. Whoa.
Good at it. Good at it, Ian.
Jeez.
I remember when I asked you, like, how do you guys think? Because I was at ESPN and I'm like, we do everything by time code. So I was so used to it being like perfect all the time. And I was like, how do you guys do it? And you were like, oh, we just jam it. We just brute strength it. I was like, that's insane.
It was horrible, man. It took so much longer than it takes now having time code and everything. Oh, hit a tree. Okay, so it looks like the ditch is there, obviously, but I don't think it's OB back in there. I think it was just road was OB.
For sure.
But again, I could be making things up. Ooh, nice rock shot from Philo.
Go in.
Sit. Wow.
Oh, yeah, Philo.
Oh, come on, man. Parking a disc on that skating rink down there. That was impressive.
The ghost must have just come out.
I think so, right?
Yeah. It's gone.
Oh, that's Braden. I don't think it was Braden Coolidge. Yeah, he's a tournament director for Masters Cup a couple years ago. Yeah, that was a good putt by Steve Stavenpar.
Yeah, that's huge.
And here is Nikko with a very scary birdie bid.
Deep breath.
Yes, good sit. Paul also with an equally scary putt, but I think a little bit closer. Oh, not much though. Oh my goodness. That was nasty. That's a good one.
That's crazy. And Philo with the tap in. I mean, he needs every stroke. Paul's like breathing down his neck.
He's trying to chase him down. But
Sunday Paul is so scary.
He is. He's very competitive. He's got the extra little bit, man. He's got that clutch, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that like little extra athlete factor. I mean, I've talked about this before, but like of all the people that we cover here in disc golf, like he's the only one that makes me feel like I'm back at ESPN talking to like Randy Moss or whatever. Like he's just got that athlete vibe.
Like that Milo round where he hit 2 like 90-footers in a row. Like that's just
athlete
unbelievable.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
A hole 7, guys, we're going straight for about 150, 200 feet, and then quite a bit downhill and pinching for the second 200. And there is also another cliff behind the basket. Give it like 20 feet past, probably, maybe a little farther. Really, really tough get.
This is the one Bearheart nearly aced.
Oh, that's right. That was in the short pin though for a starter pack.
Okay.
So that's about like, honestly, it's probably like 150 feet shorter than the normal pin.
Still, that was like I literally like did that when I saw.
I didn't know it happened until I watched the video the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure Peter told us, but I had totally forgotten.
That's wild.
Ooh, Nikko just barely missing that tree. That looked pretty good.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. That's where pretty good shots usually end up, is just kind of just down by the basket and then end up
left.
And the guy skipping left late. Pretty unavoidable, honestly. Rico, is this gonna? Oh, this looks
like, how could you throw a disc straight enough? Like, it just doesn't even seem.
Yeah, you almost have to throw something really flippy with a lot of hyzer, just have it straightening out for that first amount of flight, and then just tracking straight after that. But that's a tough shot. That was somebody pitching up here is Nikko. That's a smart play. Downhill hard pan. He'll take the par.
Is Paul in there? Yeah, that's Paul in there.
Okay.
Yeah, his purple rock got like pretty far down there.
Yeah, it sure did. Really must have fought through some stuff to be where it is right now.
Oh, sit. Okay.
Does it? Yeah, that's it.
Philo.
Philo. That's. This must be Rico, right?
Yeah, it's definitely Rico. Yeah, you can see him like snaking up.
Did he play it? Oh, that's where it went.
That's back in the day when you're like, I'm not going to ask Philo to move out of the way. It's not worth it. Yeah. No one's going to watch this anyways. Like, come on, let's be.
I was like, hey. Like, oh, I'm sorry. They move out of the way. Usually. Oh, man. Too funny. Par is there as long as that's a good score. You can sign up for a par pre-tournament and everyone would take it if offered. Sure. Hole 8, though, they are looking for birdies. It is dead straight, slightly downhill, OB to the left, Shul to the right, and a slight drop-off.
I love watching this hole. This is like a fun one to watch.
Yeah. It's really easy to film, too, because the discs just go down a tunnel, and you can see it the whole way. The basket's right there.
Don't even have to move, just zoom.
Mm-hmm. I did park this at a Champs Chumps.
With that buzz, I remember that, actually.
Yeah, buddy. Paul, oh, my gosh. That looked really good.
Did he get away with some stuff? It looked like he kind of.
It looked like on the right hand side, it looked like it kicked him back left, which is what you want. Philo going with a rock as well, but looks like a KC Pro one, maybe DX.
That's probably DX. I went Philo.
Yeah.
This is such a classic. This feels like a very rock type shot. Like it's just begging for that mid range.
Definitely. I don't know where that went. Did you?
I think it went right. Looked like it got caught up.
Nikko with the hyzer flip to turnover. This is high.
Maybe if it finishes.
Where's it going? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Ow.
Fought through everything. That disc's a fighter.
Sure was. Nice shot, Nikko. And Rico.
Oh, this looks perfect. Yeah, this looks really perfect.
Sure does. Do good things. Do good things.
Simmer. Perfect.
Oh. Some great drives there. So Philo, the only one really not in prime position there, and he's behind Mo. And he pitches up.
I wonder what mid-range Nikko is throwing. Like, because it is Prodigy, right? Prodigy just came out. Like, did they have like the M4 yet in 2013? M3, M2?
Oh.
I don't know.
This is probably like mixed bag days too, so he could be throwing like anything.
Probably throwing a wizard or something.
Yeah, he probably was. That looked like a pretty flippy disc. It turned for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikko, Paul, and Steve with the birdie all chasing down Philo, getting a stroke on him, and Philo's lead is just one.
I love this hole, dude. I love this hole so much.
It's so silly, man. It's a 2 or a 5, man. It's a 2 or a 5, sometimes a 3. There is.
Oh no, we're blocking them. We're blocking them.
We are.
That's my bad, folks.
This is where you got to stand in order to be able to see the basket. There's a little gap in the trees where you can. Have I found this spot? I guess I haven't found it. Oh, you can see the basket. There it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I go to this exact spot every year filming this hole. I was like,
don't tell anyone else.
I want to catch that ace, man, because they happen a lot on this hole.
Yeah.
So in case you can't tell, there's a giant cliff to the right, which is even steeper than hole 2's cliff.
Oh, Stevie.
if you go down there, you're rolling at least 100 feet down the hill, and there's a bunch of trees coming back up. Yeah, it's wild, man. If you hit one of these early trees, there's also just trash to the right.
This course seems like borderline dangerous. Like that's what I'm talking about. It seems like you're gonna have fun, but you might die. Like it's like right on that edge.
Yeah.
Which is
and if
where
you don't
I like
die,
to live.
You'll catch poison oak. Oh, that hit something early, didn't it?
It did.
Well,
Steve's in hell right now.
Hopefully he's not on his way to a 5. Paul with an absolute death putt. There are a couple trees you can hit behind the basket sometimes, but it's not a guarantee.
Shit.
I don't know.
Oh, it looks like it went a little long.
Oh, yeah. This is never an easy comebacker, though. There's all these little trees, big trees. Good putt, Paul.
He probably had he probably had to do one of those weird release it on a hyzer, let it fall in type shots. Yeah, that's awesome.
Philo with a birdie there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like a great drive.
You can see why Philo would play well here, though. This whole course seems like it sets up for little rock shots, little technical flip ups and stuff like that. So
yeah,
dude, on this hole is where Germ did the fuzzy buzzy was a bear call. Because Bearheart throws the perfect lefty sidearm turnover
with a buzz.
With the buzz, and Germ's just fuzzy buzzy was a it doesn't even make any sense. It's just the funniest thing I've ever heard.
It was a sick shot though, man. It was beautiful.
I don't know if I've hyped Starter Pack Challenge enough. I loved it. It was so fun. Go watch that, guys.
Yeah, hole 9's a good one. You can throw this gentle turnover the entire way and try to get lucky through those trees, which Philo just did, or you can do the flex play with something more overstable and a little higher speed. Looks like Paul might be doing that. Yeah. He's looking for that late fade around the tree, but it faded just a little bit early. There's a perfect S shape for it.
Uh-huh.
And then I believe Rico likes the forehand roller. Let's see if he goes to it.
Oh boy.
Oh, came out late and hit that tree.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. I think he hits an early tree though. Hopefully I'm remembering wrong.
No, that looks like it's going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dang! Nice shot, Steve.
That's not bad. This one, it feels like a lot of trees have fallen down because I know watching coverage of this recently, it just seems like a lot cleaner.
It is, yeah. A little upshot from Nikko there. That'll probably work. Paul from 80 or so, maybe 70.
He's gonna make this, isn't he? Feels like he's gonna make it. Yeah.
Good bit though, but a little bit short. Nikko from a little bit closer. I feel like Nikko should make this one. It'd be cool if he did.
Aw, Nikko.
It was almost cool.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Rico.
Oh man, this basket.
Yeah. It's DGA Mach 5, as I want to say.
Yeah, before they got the fancy new Mach X's in.
Yeah.
Good angle, Ian.
It's an artistic shot, Bo. This one's framed beautifully, dude. Look at this.
Yeah, that's...
I put this on my film school app, dude. It's in my portfolio.
Ian quits disc golf, makes movies instead.
Oh man, that'd be a tragedy. Philo with birdie. He's got a 4-stroke lead right now.
It got tight and then it got less tight again. He's back to what he was at the beginning.
Sure is. So we're going back the other way we just came. This hole 10 is dead straight with a very slight right finish. There is OB road on the right, but it takes a bit of a shank to get over there, or an errant roller.
Who's this dude walking with?
Just a random de la.
Walking with a sack, just a sack, not even a backpack.
I think I've seen a bobcat on this hole before, man.
Oh, dude, that'd be so cool.
Just mashed across the fairway. It was neat. Paul likes the slight turnover route the whole way. It looks like he got pretty well down there. And we got a wraith from Rico. Must be a forehand. Definitely plays. If you just get lucky and get through these trees, it usually ends up pretty nicely.
Looks like he did. Is it? So what percentage of the park is... I love watching Nikko turnovers. What percentage of the park is the disc golf course? Is it like Milo where it's the disc golf course is just a small smidgen of the whole thing, or is it pretty much all disc golf course?
All the flat land up at the top is a disc golf course.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense. And then everything else, there's mountain biking trails all around it and stuff like that. But all the flat area is disc golf.
So there's plenty of places to like go hike and hang out if you're not disc golfing.
Yeah, I think so. There's a bunch of trails. Like I always see mountain bikers on top of the world. They're always like rolling up through top of the world and then down the other side somewhere else.
That sounds awesome.
Hole 10. There's Rico with a nice putt. Anybody getting this one? This is the sad Nikko tap in.
I love that dude just like right in front of your line.
I know, right? Just no cares. Oh, Paul got a birdie. Sorry, overlooked that one. He's in second place now. He has passed up Nikko, sitting just 3 back of Philo. And we're on to hole 11. Dude.
This one's so tough.
So tough. 369 on a rope, man.
I mean, I've never played it, but like I can just look at it and I can like feel my butthole clenching. Like it's like very,
You just get like you have to throw really hard because you have to throw 400 on a rope, but then you get these nasty kicks off these big trees and just And there's the jerk branch in the middle of the fairway, which Paul just missed. Oh, what a shot, man!
The rock.
The rock, dude.
Is that what we're doing now? 400 on a dead line with the rock. Okay.
Must be nice. Philo?
Throwing a destroyer.
I think he is, yeah.
It says in the upper left, Ian. You got to look at the graphics.
Oh, damn. Look, I'm not used to all these fancy graphics. What this stuff doing? Usually I got to look at my phone.
You did all this work before.
This is next days when I had the time to go do this stuff. Man, these are 3 great. I know, I promise you guys, this hole is not this easy. Oh no, this isn't where Nikko yells at me. That's a different year.
Wait, what? Okay, well, you got to tell this story.
Oh, yeah,
How did 4 guys just like pure 400-foot tunnel shots?
So on this hole, Nikko is a different year, but he throws his shot and hits a tree and it kicks off terribly, starts rolling. And I go under my breath. He's walking back to the tee pad. He's not looking at it anymore. I go, oh no, it's still rolling, because it was still rolling. And he gets back to the bench. He goes, what did you say to me? I was like, and I couldn't reply because everybody else is teeing off. And then once everybody else tees off, he like walks past me. He says, I don't know who you think you are, but don't go telling me I got lucky. And I was like, what? So then he said it again. Don't go tell me I got lucky. I was like, Nikko, that's not what I said at all, man. I said, oh no, it's still rolling. And I went up to him on the tee pad of the kitchen the next hole, and we hashed our beef, and it was all good. All
right, good.
Yeah.
Nikko goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
He does, yeah. But he goes back to 0 like very quickly as well. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's part of that fiery Italian Greek blood. Like I totally get it. As a Mediterranean man myself, like I totally understand.
Too funny, man. That was good stuff. We got 11 holes left to go in this thing. What's the plan, Mo?
And so next week we'll be on Central Coast Disc Golf's channel, and we'll be watching the back 11. Yeah, we'll watching the rest of it.
Yeah.
So if you guys enjoyed this, definitely head over there and hang out with us as we watch the back 11 at De La, one of the coolest courses in the world.
Sounds great, man. Cool. Well, thanks, Mo.
Yeah, thanks, Ian, and see you guys later.
Thanks for watching.